The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
President Trump leaves Washington for Christmas with his family, leaving behind the unfinished business of the COVID relief bill. What comes next for the legislation and what the president did do before heading out. The search continues for two small boys missing from California City. What we learned from their adoptive family and what police are saying still ahead. Plus, serving up soup to warm the body and soul this holiday season. Two Tehachapi teens are being recognized for their inspiring mission on this Thursday, Christmas Eve 2020. Good morning, 5 a.m. Good to have you with us. I'm Maddie Jansen, anchoring from here at home. Nicole Gitsky is holding down the fort in studio on this Christmas Eve. Can't believe it already, Nicole. We begin with news around the nation this morning. President Trump in Florida today, spending Christmas holiday with his family. President Trump left Washington with a lot of unfinished business, but before he left town, he did grant some presidential pardons for the second straight day. NBC's Chris Pallone reports.
Hi there, Maddie. The president continues to undo the investigation into his campaign's ties to Russia. This as millions of Americans suffering during the pandemic wait to see if they'll get any financial relief from the federal government. On his way out of Washington for Christmas, President Trump handed out more gifts to friends and loyalists convicted of federal crimes, issuing pardons to son-in-law Jared Kushner's father, Charles, and key figures convicted in the Russia investigation, political advisor Roger Stone and former campaign chairman Paul Manafort.
These are the hallmark prosecutions of the Department of Justice. They've been wiped away with a stroke.
In all, more than 20 pardons for the second straight day. Nebraska Republican Senator Ben Sasse called it rotten to the core. Mr. Trump leaves behind a Capitol in chaos after posting a Twitter video Tuesday night slamming the COVID relief bill and calling for bigger stimulus checks. The president formally vetoed the military budget for the upcoming year. Congress now poised to override a Trump veto for the first time ever next week.
We're going to move to override that, and we are going to, attempt to get legislation out of the House that would provide the $2,000, and we don't know what the Republicans are going to do.
Republicans have signaled they will kill a Democratic attempt in the House today to raise stimulus checks to $2,000, putting them at odds with the president and leaving struggling businesses and workers like bartender Nick Mott in limbo.
I do feel scared. All of my savings is gone.
A COVID relief bill now in question. If the president doesn't sign a spending bill, the federal government will shut down on Monday. In Washington, Chris Pallone, 17 News.
Now to our interactive feedback poll. We're asking, should there be a limit on presidential pardons? Call or text us. Let us know what you think. The number is 888-4617. Press 1 for yes, there should be a limit, and 2 for no. You can also text, tweet, email, or Facebook your comments. Once again, our interactive feedback phone line is 888-4617. We'll air some of those comments and have results from the poll coming up.
And now a look around town with everything you need to know for the Christmas holiday. If you're looking to eat out for Christmas rather than cook a meal at home, we've got you covered. Here's a look at some of the restaurants in Bakersfield that will be open tomorrow. The list includes Black Bear Diner, Ming's Cafe, and the Padre Hotel, which is offering a Christmas buffet feast available for takeout from noon to 6. The feast is $175 and serves 4 people. If you do plan on hosting a meal and are in need of last-minute items, several grocery stores will be open on Christmas Day, including Albertsons, Vons, and Vallarta supermarkets. To see the full list, visit our website at kget.com. And just a reminder, there's still plenty of time to get out and see a dazzling display of holiday lights. Holiday Lights at Calm is open every night through January 2nd, except tomorrow, that's Christmas Day, from 5:30 to 9. The display was named one of the top 10 zoo light shows in the country by USA Today readers, who voted Calm 9th place out of the 20 competing zoo displays. Tickets are $30 per vehicle. Just head to calmzoo.org to purchase a ticket.
We doubled up on the lights because we couldn't do any activities this year. Our historical past was with the ice skating rink and Snow Hill and, shooting the abominable snowman. We were always coming up with new concepts to come up with a Christmas theme of having a good time.
And you still have time to check out the lights at Christmas Town. Because of the pandemic, they had to change their annual light show into a drive-through display, but didn't skimp on the lights. You can expect to see over 5 million of them. Christmastown runs until January 3rd. To purchase tickets ahead of time, we have a link on our website.
Well, downtown Bakersfield has a reason to celebrate this Christmas Eve as the Fox Theater turns 90 years old. The theater opened for the first time on Christmas Day, 1930, showing its first film, Just Imagine, which Fox describes as a sci-fi tale set 50 years in the future of 1980. In celebration of the historic milestone, the theater plans to hold a donation drive-through celebration event from noon to 7 p.m. today. The theater says anyone who donates will get a free large sealed box of popcorn. Well, if you're looking for a hot meal today, look no further than the Mission at Kern County. They're serving up a Christmas Eve meal of ham, scalloped potatoes, green beans, and pumpkin pie. This is video from last year's event. This year, because of the COVID-19 pandemic, the meals will be served outside in a large tent with tables spaced apart. You can also receive a gift subject to availability. The free meal is open to anyone who needs one. You don't have to be a resident at the Mission. Just drop by. There's nothing like a bowl of hot soup to warm you up, and nothing like a good dose of inspiration to set your soul on fire. 2 teenagers in Tehachapi are serving up both.
Just off the train tracks in Tehachapi, you'll find the shed. And most Sundays for the past 2 years, that's where you'd find Milo and Layla Lujan.
Every Sunday, we get up and we come here. My dad makes the soup, and then me and my sister set up everything, and then we go from there.
It started when the brother and sister were just 12 and 15.
We saw homeless in the street, and we had a bunch of leftovers from the restaurant.
Their parents own Red House Barbecue. Milo and Layla asked about those leftovers. Scraps, really. And of course, their parents said yes, they could use them. They expected the teens to tire of their endeavor after a few weeks. They didn't.
Other families would show up to get soup, and some of them would be their classmates. And they would kind of take a step back and go, I didn't know my class. I've been going to school with this kid for years, and they're here. And I tell my children, don't judge. A lot of people live paycheck to paycheck. We definitely, when we moved here, we were definitely paycheck to paycheck.
Those friends who came to eat came back to help, and so did others. Milo and Layla's idea took off. They now have their own nonprofit, Layla and Milo's Soup for the Soul, Inc. This fall, they were recognized with the Josiah Kids 2020 A.R. Bernard Change Agent Award.
Before the pandemic, we were feeding about 100 to 150 people.
They're on the break of a need. We're giving free soup out to help them out with their food.
They're excellent with the community. If it hadn't been for them, the community wouldn't probably be surviving.
People come with genuine need, either for the soup or community. Some leave a donation to help the kids carry on. Others leave just knowing someone cares.
We've just gotten to know the community way better. We get a lot of donations from the Salvation Army, and it's just a really good family community bonding time, almost.
So if you're ever in Tehachapi in need of a hot meal or just a warm welcome, you can be sure to find both just off the train tracks at the humble headquarters of Layla and Milo's Soup for the Soul.
And due to the recent surge in COVID-19 cases, the teens will be serving their soup via drive-through this Sunday. You can follow along on their Facebook page, Layla and Milo's Soup for the Soul, for updates.
After what's been a chaotic year, to say the least, the Bakersfield Fire Department wants to wish you all Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Take a look.
Merry Christmas, Kern County, from your Bakersfield City firefighters. We're wishing you a safe and wonderful holiday with your family and your friends.
The department posted this video online giving their best wishes this Christmas and reminding everyone to stay safe. They say your fire department is still here for you 24/7, 365 days, especially during this difficult time.
Well, we have a lot to talk about this morning. I've got fog out here on the west side of town, downtown, little fog. And then, yes, the other component of this for today will be some stronger winds that we're expecting around the Kern County area. As we take you outside right now, we've got 36 degrees in Bakersfield, a north-northwest wind at 5, so the winds are relatively light in the valley. Visibility at 4 miles right now. And taking a look at the temperatures, we're in the 30s and 40s for the valley, a cool 31 in Delano, 32 in Shafter, and then for the mountains, 30 30s and 40s. Tehachapi at 39, 45 for Lake Isabella. And you can see the clouds around the area. We're also seeing a little bit of fog underneath the cloud cover in some locations. In terms of moisture, that is going to hang off the coast. And this is system number 1 that we've been talking about. And with it, we'll see some winds pick up throughout the afternoon. Now, 50s are expected in Sacramento, Fresno, 60s from Morro Bay, Los Angeles, and San Diego. And here's a look at the overall pattern. And we've been talking about the system just offshore right here. This will bring the clouds in for today. Our secondary system rolls in for the weekend, and our third system right behind it. So the winds, let's take a look at the wind forecast for today, and you can see they'll continue to blow into the Kern County mountains, starting to pull back a little bit by tonight, and we'll also be looking at a little bit of a breeze in the valley at times. Here's a look at Futurecast HD, put it into motion. Here's system number 1. System number 2, as you can see, for Saturday and Sunday, doesn't bring much. There's a little sliver, I'll point it out, right here. This is up near the Kern River Valley, so we may see a light little shower there, but it's not going to be widespread. Then the third system, there it is, coming in on Monday, maybe lingering into Tuesday. It will bring rain, and snow levels will drop to about 4,000 feet, so we're going to have to watch our passes. Here's a look at our global forecast model, Futurecast, in terms of rain, and you can see Saturday into Sunday, well, maybe the Kern River Valley. There it is, 1/100 of an inch maybe. Then we put this back into motion late Sunday into Monday, and that system looks like it could bring in right around 3/10 of an inch for Bakersfield, near 1/2 inch up near Delano, and then into the mountains right around 2/10. So it looks like it's going to bring measurable rain. So here's a look at the headlines for you. Breezy in Kern County throughout today. No wet weather until Sunday night, except possibly up in the Kern River Valley. And snow could impact our passes by Monday, so we'll have to watch for that. And then 1-800-GAS ROAD is that number to call if you're going to be traveling and you want to check our passes. Today, cloudy skies, a south wind 15 to 25, gusting to 45, mainly out on the west side, 60 in Buttonwillow, 57 in Maricopa, 61 in Bakersfield. For the mountains, cloudy, a windy day on tap, gusting near 55, 48 in Frazier Park, upper 40s for Tehachapi, 50s for the Kern River Valley, and then for the desert, we're looking cloudy and breezy and 52 in Mojave. Here's your extended forecast, and for tomorrow, Christmas Day, mostly sunny and 65, not bad. And then you can see for the weekend some clouds roll on in. Best shot of getting that measurable rain will be on Monday. I've got a 50% chance of showers in there. For the mountains, tomorrow, mostly sunny, 55, and then some weather coming in by the end of the weekend into early next week. Snow level again right around 4,000 feet. And then for the Kern River Valley, mostly sunny for Friday. I put a slight chance of a shower in there on Saturday, and into the next round will come in Sunday night. So overall, a dry Christmas Eve, a dry Christmas Day before we see some changes for the weekend. We'll send it back to you.
Now, for the last 3 days, we've been reporting on 2 young boys missing in California City. Last night, an ominous update. Neighbors tell 17 News police were digging in the backyard of the California City home where the boys were living with their adoptive parents. Here's a look at the missing boys, 3-year-old Orson West and 4-year-old Oren West. Neighbors say police brought in a light tower and roughly a dozen investigators with white overalls last night who were investigating the bare grounds of the backyard of the modest home in the 10,700 block of Aspen Avenue. That's where the boys were last reported seen. Their adoptive parents reported them missing Monday. Police and volunteers have been searching the area the last 2 days. Law enforcement, canines, and the boys' biological mother also joined the search. The adoptive parents who lived with the boys say the kids were playing on the back porch and suddenly they just disappeared.
I came in the house, I saw them there, I went in the house, I came back out, I didn't see them there.
And I just had to be here because my babies are supposed to be missing from this house, so I just need to be right here right now.
The adoptive parents said they believe the children went through an open gate in the backyard. If you have any information or may have seen the children, please call California City Police at 760-373-8606. And now to your 17 Crime Watch. One person has died after a shooting in Wasco last night. According to the Kern County Sheriff's Office, deputies were sent to the area of 16th and D Streets for a report of a shooting just after 6 p.m. yesterday. When deputies arrived, they found an adult male lying in the roadway with gunshot wounds. The victim, whose identity has not yet been released, was pronounced dead at the scene. The investigation is ongoing. Anyone with information about the case is urged to contact the Sheriff's Office at 861-3110 or the Secret Witness Hotline at 322-4040.
Switching gears now with a look at the latest numbers of coronavirus here in Kern County. Yesterday, Kern Public Health reported 1,064 new cases and 3 more deaths. That brings the total number of cases in our area to more than 61,000. More than 27,000 people are isolating at home with an active case of the virus. 329 are in the hospital with more severe symptoms. So far, 485 people have lost their lives to COVID-19. This comes as California surpassed 2 million cases of COVID-19 overnight. That's according to an NBC News tally. The latest numbers show that California has recorded 2,015,068 cases of COVID-19 and more than 23,000 COVID-related deaths since tracking began earlier this year. That makes California the first state in the country to reach the 2 million case milestone. The state has averaged more than 43,000 cases a day in the past week. California surpassed 1 million cases back on November 12th. One of the best ways to help curb the spread of COVID-19 is to get a test. The Latino COVID-19 Task Force wrapped up its final free testing site of the week yesterday, but there are still plenty of places to go if you need a test. For a list of local testing sites, head to Kern Public Health's website and click on the Coronavirus tab. From there, you can find an interactive map of all the test sites near you. You can also click on each location to find more information such as hours, appointment info, and addresses. If you're dealing with stress, worries, or other concerns related to the pandemic, you can call the new mental health and wellness hotline launched by the Kern County Latino COVID-19 Task Force. You can talk to experts who can provide helpful information and resources. The number is 525-5900. It's available in both English and Spanish Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., even on Christmas Day.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.